Doing it for the love, so now I'm doing what I want.
What is up, everybody? This is the DFS Blend, DK watching locks. And again, like I told you, I'm going to keep up this experiment going night in and night out for about 15 minutes, building this DFS lineup. So, dropping bombs out here in Philadelphia. Ben Simmons out officially. Victor Oladipo out for that game. So some really, really intriguing thoughts about that, because I specifically went on, and David Nwaba was one of my value picks. He's still a value pick to me at 4,300, but specifically, Adam, right, exactly. No Ben Simmons tonight, right? No Ben Simmons. So, I have David Nwaba, especially because I thought that Ben Simmons would be up against John Wall, but I may have to tinker a little bit with the lineup right now, because now I really like John Wall. I really like John Wall. I was staying away from John Wall because of Ben Simmons. So things just happen. It's crazy. That's why I tried 6:15, 6:30. What's up, Dan Green? Checking in as always. My boy, Heat Ratio Sports brethren, right there. Tyrus Maxey. You know what? I don't know. I don't know what to think of this tonight. I don't. Obviously, Maxey's going to, because there's still no Shake. So you have no Shake. It's got to be Maxey, right? It's got to be Thibault. I mean, we talked about this on, the other night on, with the half court Heat. We talked about on a Heat Ratio Live last night. Thibault gets an offensive game, man. I mean, this is kind of his style game. Who could really have an interesting night tonight would be Isaiah Joe. Off the bench. Just be aware of that. I don't even know if he even has a DraftKings number, so to speak. But let's get right into this, okay? And again, this is the DFS blend, okay? Because just so you know, the reason why is because I do a spot for Fox Sports The Gambler every single day at $3.50, where I give you 3 plays every day. And it's a high tier, a mid tier, a low tier. And what I do is I call who's going to be the DFS blend, okay? Because it's a blend of 3 different values. And this is called the watch and locks of the DFS blend for your DraftKings lineup, because, again, we're watching and we're locking. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into this. And again, stick with us tonight, 7 o'clock. We are going live on Fantasy Firebox, episode 30. We're going to talk about the Ben Simmons effect as far as fantasy. We're going to talk about DFS plays for the future. We're going to talk a little MLB, a little closers, and we're going to get into some lines, some sports betting with my boy Mark Drumheller from Betting for Breakfast. So stick into that and Fox Sports The Gambler as well. So let's get right into this. Again, just so you know, my 3 plays tonight, I'm going to stick them in a lineup right away, where Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and David Nwaba. They were my 3 plays tonight. And again, Tatum is my big money guy. Morant is my mid-tier guys. He's only 7,400, and Nwaba is only 4,300. I like David Nwaba. I know he's burned me before, but he hasn't hit the dead to me list yet. So I'm going to give him one more shot. I think tonight is that night. Now, some interesting finds in this lineup tonight. Now, my number one stud of the actual lineup is Damian Lillard. I have Damian Lillard 10,003. I'm paying for the points. I like Dame. Dame has been on Dame time the last couple games, and I have no reason to believe that he will not be Dame time once again tonight against New Orleans. So I think that Pelicans Trailblazers game is going to have a lot of points scored in it. So I like to have guys from that game. Another guy I like I'm going a two-play with the Detroit Pistons. I'm going to go with DeLon Wright, which I really like DeLon Wright, and I like Sadiq Bey. I like Sadiq Bey a lot. I mean, here's two guys, considerably 6,000, 5,500. They're both very, very reasonably priced tonight against the Chicago Bulls. I think it's a really prime matchup for both of these guys. I have Juan Toscano Anderson from Golden State. I like him tonight against Miami at home. I like it because he's averaging 20 to 24 points per DraftKings a night, and he's still only 4,700. So he gives you a really nice play right there. I really like him in the lineup tonight. Another guy, I tell you, this sleeper for me, the sleeper of the night. Now, I always give a sleeper, a guy that's like 3,200, 3,300, 35 or below. Last night was Alex Caruso. I thought Alex Caruso was going to get 25 plus. He got 15. Not bad. Again, you're paying 3,500. Tonight, my sleeper of the night is from the Boston Celtics, and he's 3,100, and his name is Robert Williams. I love Robert Williams tonight. I love the matchup. You know, Thez is out. Okay, so right away, he's going to get some clock. Okay, he's going to get his 15 to 20 minutes. And the last game he played against Denver, which was just yesterday, and this is back-to-back. Here's one thing you have to worry about with Boston, with back-to-back, is they like to sit their veterans. They always do. Right? And listen, Boston has a problem in the middle going up against Clint Capella. So they're going to have to play somebody out there, right? So I specifically like Williams because he's giving you double potential, and he's only 3,100. Okay, his last game, which was last night, he scored 30 and a half points for 3,100, and his number only went up $100 for the following night. You have to jump on that. That's watching and locking right there. That's what you have to do. You watch the value and you lock it in, and you lock it in before it goes up to an exponential form. So I like Robert Williams tonight. I do. Now, I'm going to tinker with this lineup while we're on the air. Okay. I only want to go 10, 15 minutes. Want to give you my actual lineup. And I want to see, again, I like to tinker. And I'll tell you why. I like to tinker because, number one, the Ben Simmons thing came out of nowhere. I was not expecting Ben Simmons to be out tonight. I was very excited to see what Ben Simmons was going to do. But I look at this slate, Knicks Magic, I'm really not impressed at anybody. Listen, maybe you get Terrence Ross out there at 6,300 for the Magic. Be careful because Fournier is starting. Okay, but again, James Ennis is out, which means that for the Magic, Terrence Ross will probably get some more clock. The Knicks, John Randall's always steady, but that team as a whole, I don't feel anything. And it could be a sneaky game. I'm not sure. Rockets, Sixers, I think there'll be some points scored there. I think Tobias goes up right now. Obviously, his number, he played unbelievable against Utah, and I would expect the same, especially with no Ben. The only thing I'm worried about with the Sixers is when there is no Ben Simmons. I feel like sometimes, now that there's no Shake, they might not be able to have the ball movement that they're used to. Adam wants to check in. He says, is the Warriors Heat game worth betting anyone? That's an interesting question because, again, I'll be honest with you, I do not bet a lot at all. I'm highly fantasy driven. I do some parlays from time to time. I do some prop bets. And the reason why I haven't done any yet tonight is because we have the show now and we have the show at 7 o'clock. So that's a good game that I'm probably going to put a couple bets on because it is a 10 o'clock start. So, or a 10:30 start actually. So I like that game. I love the late game, man. The late game is my favorite. It really is. It gives me an opportunity, and we have two tonight. We have Miami, Golden State, Utah, and the Clippers. So Paul George out again. Look at Lou Williams, right? There's a lot of interesting outs tonight. We already talked about the Sixers game with Victor Oladipo being out and Ben Simmons. So let's see what happens because I love me some Ja Morant. Okay, we're going to talk about him on the Firebox. And again, Adam, check us out on the Fantasy Firebox right there at 7 o'clock. My man Mark Drumheller is the wagering wizard, as we call him. He's very good. So I'm sure I'll have some numbers for that Warriors and Heat game that we'll talk as well. But again, let's get right into this and let's tinker. We got about 5 minutes left. I want to tinker with this lineup and see what happens if I do put John Wall in. Okay, so when I do this kind of thing, so right now, my lineup is Morant, Nwamba, Tatum, Toscana Anderson, Williams, Wright, Bay, and Lillard. Now, I'm absolutely keeping Lillard in. I'm absolutely keeping Morant in. I'm absolutely keeping Tatum in. Okay. And Wamba is definitely going in as well. So I'm going to, the only guy, because he's the biggest money guy, I'm going to take away DeLon Wright right now. And I'm going to take away Toscana Anderson. And I'm going to go to John Wall. And let's see what John Wall is able to give us. So John Wall's number right now is, okay, where are we at? Why are you not coming up, John Wall? I hate this. Hold on. Here we go. So right off the bat, we're looking at 7,800 for Wall. So it only leads us to 2,900. Okay, so that's the problem. So it's, do I want to start DeLon Wright, Toscana Anderson, and Sadiq Bey with the other guys, with Morant, Tatum, and Lillard? Or do I want to take out Sadiq Bey? That gives me 4,200. It's still not enough. So if I want to start John Wall, I mean, 8,400. So yeah, you know what? Let's see. Hold on. I'm confusing myself here. Let's go with this. Sixers bounce back tonight. Andre saying, let's go. What's up, Mike? Thanks for the I'm trying, Mike. You know what I mean? I am hustling, brother. I am hustling. Tatum should have a good night tonight. Absolutely. Andre in the lineup. Jason Tatum in the lineup. John Wall. Exactly. John Wall, now that there's no Ben Simmons, I went away from John Wall because there was Ben, because he is the best defender in the league, in my opinion. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go away from John Wall. Okay, but now I'm going to be backing on John Wall. So let's see what we did. So we started off with Juan Toscana Anderson from Golden State. We started from DeLon Wright and Sadiq Bey, a 2-play from the Detroit game. We took all three of those guys out to insert John Wall at 7,800. And now we have 8,400 to play with for two guys. Around 4,042 apiece here. So let's see what kind of tinker we could do. We need forwards. Okay. So let's see. We have there's not much, man. There's not much here. We really have to see. So let's see if we can swing anything around. That's another thing. Okay, Lillard's a point guard, so I can't swing him around. Morant's a point guard, can't swing him around. Wall, point guard, can't. So all of our guards are taken up. Okay, and Nwamba, now he could be a forward. So let's do this. So let's take David Nwamba out. Okay, now let's see. Now he was 4,300. So now let's see if we can get. Let's see what kind of shooting guards we can get. You know what? Here's a good play tonight. Here's a good play. How about the Seth Curry play tonight? How about the Seth Curry play for 4,600? I like that play. Okay, I really like that play. So let's do the Seth Curry. Let's do that play. Okay, and now let's get Nwamba back in at 4,300. This is working out. So now we have $3,800 to play with. I like how this lineup's working out. So now we have $3,800 to play with, and we need a forward for 3,800. Again, Dan Struss. Oh, there you go, Struss. Max Struss, then Low Moore. I like that. John Wall over Gordon. What is Gordon worth? Gordon may be the killer tonight. Eric Gordon is game time decision, Andre. That's the only reason why I'm not touching Eric Gordon. He's game time decision. So I don't like when I see game time decisions, especially in the NBA. So I'm not touching Eric Gordon. I'm going all John Wall. Dan Strauss, Max Struss is a good one for my. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we could throw Struss in the mix. You know what? We can't. Hold on. We need so Dan, let's see. Actually, Jason Tatum is dual eligible. So let's see. Ah. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see, Dan. This is what we're doing here. So yeah, so okay, this works. We could put Max Struss in there, and then we could go back to Tatum because he's dual eligible. And there you go. And we have $600 left. I kind of like that. I like that. I like that, Dan. That's a good call. That's a good call by Dan. Now again, 3,800 plus the six. You're looking at maybe there's nobody, man. There's nobody. I'm not sold on Reggie Bullock. I'm not no Bazemore and no Korkmaz. I'm just killing Korkmaz. I can't. Dan, I like it. We're gonna lock this. We did. We took out Bay. I like that. We took out Bay. We took out Bay. Dan, this is great. So here you go. So we're gonna end this right now. Okay, because I got about 10 minutes to get ready for the firebox. Okay, here's why you tinker with your lineup, and I love it. So again, everybody checking in. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Continue to subscribe. These are free picks. This is free analytics. And again, I just like having fun with this, man. I like talking to you guys and figuring out a different way we can tinker these lineups, okay? So when we started this lineup, okay, we started with, again, I'm going to say this again before we get out of here. We started with Juan Toscana Anderson. We started with Delon Wright and Sadiq Bey. They were the three guys that we had. Now, we just turned those three guys into John Wall, Seth Curry, and Max Struss, built around Damian Lillard, Ja Morant, and Jason Tatum. So I really like the way this lineup is constructed. Now, what you could say, if you're not sold on Ja Morant at 7,400, you could go to the point guard market and say, okay, who could I get for 8,100? And the only person that you would be able to get is you could have to squeeze Donovan Mitchell at 8,300, and then you'd have to take a guy like Nwamba out, okay, to save the 200 or Seth Curry. And I don't think it's worth it. I'm locking this in. I'm locking this in. Okay, I'm locking it in. So here's the final lineup that we're locking in for tonight. This is the DFS blend. Okay, give us a follow at Heat Ratio Sports everywhere: Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Get the follows going. Hit that subscription button. It helps us immensely. You have no idea. We're doing really, really good things here. And again, check us out every day for content on Heat Ratio Sports. So for the DFS blend, this is the DK Watson lock lineup of the night that we have. We're going to go through step by step. Our point guard is Ja Morant. Our shooting guard is Seth Curry. I was just going to say shooting forward. Our small forward is Max Struss. Our point forward, our power forward is Jason Tatum. Our center is our sleeper value of the night in Robert Williams. And then we're going to go John Wall as our guard. We're going to go David Nwamba as our forward. And we're going to end with our utility stud in Damian Lillard. It's Dame time tonight. Lock it in. Let's see how we do. I absolutely love this lineup. I really do. I love it. I think it's a fantastic lineup. I think this is a money lineup right here, boys. I do. So lock that lineup in. Again, Morant, Curry, Struss, Tatum, Williams, Wall, Nwamba, and Lillard. Again, I am your host right here, Tony Jigsaw Cutillo at TCutillo23 at Heat Ratio Sports. Hang out for about 10 minutes, and we'll be back fantasy firebox time, where we go an hour strong, and we're talking all things DFS, and we have our betting wagering wizard, Mr. Mark Drumheller, tonight, joining us for the show, talking all things MLB futures. We're talking playoff futures. We got all kinds of stuff planned for tonight, doing big things here, Heat Ratio Sports. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you tonight in about 10 minutes.